Okay, guys, I did it. I finally made it. I'm sorry it took so long. We're gonna be doing the version 2 Katakuri showcase. There's a lot of reasons why this took so long. I'll go over the video. So, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Alright guys, let's go ahead and go over version 2 Katakuri as a unit. Now version 2 Katakuri is going to be a fighter powerhouse Sai unit. He's going to max out 4 combo hits, 5 sockets. When you max him out, you're going to give him HP candies, and he's going to have 4,360 HP, and then 4,860 4,860 HP after max limit break and max candies. You're going to give him attack candies, of course, and he's going to max out at 1855 before candies and 2,055 after candies and limit break. Do not feed this character recovery candies. However, do not go with the traditional Bind Despair auto heal charge. You want to go with the Bind Despair auto heal charge special socket build. And as the 5th socket, the traditional socket builds are not really effective here for Katakuri, and you really want to build him for recovery up sockets. And there is a reason for that, and I'm going to be going over his captain ability as well as special ability to go over exactly why. So, going into his captain ability. He is going to boost the attack of fighter, slasher, shooter driven powerhouse characters by 1.825. So it's exactly the same as the original version 1 Katakuri ability, except it's going to be a 3.3 times boost if they have a fighter slasher typing, or a fighter shooter typing, or a fighter driven typing. Now again, this is just a 3.3 times captain ability. There's nothing special about the captain ability prior to adding the color affinity. Once you add the color affinity, that's where things get really crazy. So he also boosts the color affinity of all characters by 1.4 and makes strength, psi, recovery, tandem beneficial for all characters. So what that means is if you're an int unit, if Katakuri is hitting an int unit, you will actually do 1.4 times the original damage. And this does stack with your other Katakuri, giving you a massive captain boost if you're able to be attacking with both Katakuris. So you do get, I think it was around a 5.5 times captain ability or something similar to that. I don't actually remember the exact multiplier. It's a very high amount. However, if you are using a strength unit on your team, which is very common, and you actually attack a quick unit, you will actually attack for way less, and it's actually around a 2.2 captain ability. So your damage actually scales up and down with color affinity. So make sure that you're attacking, when you attack, your attack order does matter, because you're attacking a strength unit with a deck. If you're attacking with your strength unit, make sure you're attacking a dex unit. If you're attacking a psi unit, make sure you're attacking with an int unit, etc. So all of that really does matter if you want to maximize Katakuri's damage. Otherwise, you're stuck with a 3.3 times captain ability. It is only going to be a higher captain ability at higher levels. So what that means is that Katakuri really works well on bosses where if you're attacking a certain color, if you use a chain boost. Now, unfortunately, there is no chain boost that outscales the current, now we're in the future now, 6 months from global, the new version 2 Big Mom 3.5 times chain lock. The only way to get a higher value than the 3.5 times chain lock from the new version 2 Big Mom that just dropped on the Japanese version is if you are using the chain swapping effect with Sanji Judge or Jumanji, and you're going to be using a cracker sub, which gives you a 1.1 times chain boost. Using both of those together, you can get about the same or better than the new Big Mom. Now, what's really great is that those two characters that I just described, the Germa Sanji as well as the Cracker Legend, both give different buffs. So you get an orb boost and type boost on your Germa Sanji, and you also get a chain boost as well as a color affinity on the other character. Now, I don't have a showcase showing both of those units together with the swapping effect and everything. Fortunately, just due to the length of the video, I'm not going to be doing that in this video, but I will be doing that in another video for a Germa Sanji. I'll be doing that for their showcase, so I'll go over that in their showcase, and you'll be able to see the synergy there once I do get a chance to do that. But otherwise, chain boosting effects are very good because if you hit last hitting with your color affinity, your damage will be massive. That's the end of that point. Also, if you ever do use version 2 Katakuri as a sailor, which was one of the other things I was thinking about doing as well, in another showcase with the German Sanji, is you boost the CAC against int characters by 1.1 times. So you also get another little mini boost of color affinity as well. So that's really, really great. His other sailor ability is boost all stats of characters by 75. Now his special ability is a little bit complicated, but it essentially boils down to deals typeless damage to all enemies by 30 times the damage taken from all enemies before the special is activated. It works similarly to Enel special, so the amount of... There's a cat. It works similarly to Enel special ability because it's basically the amount of damage you've taken over the entire run, and if you use the special, then it resets to 0. So it's very, very similar to Enel, except now it's not overhealing, it's just the amount of damage taken. Now, I'm going to then go back into the last part of Katakuri's Captain ability. Now, because your special ability is based off the amount of damage that you've taken, Katakuri also has an ability that does 50% of the damage taken. He will actually recover at the end of the stage. So if you're going to be taking up to 99% of your HP damage that stage, it's about 35,000 HP in most teams, then you heal half of that back with 1 Katakuri Captain ability and all of it back with 2 Katakuri Captain abilities. So giving you a very, very nice recovery boost for your Katakuri teams. Now, that makes it so that it's really easy to get this done on certain stages. However, there are a few debuffs that are going to be coming out that do counter Katakuri a little bit, and I'll be going over those as time progresses. Now, you'll also deal for each unit 15 times the amount of damage taken from damage from enemies before the special is activated for 1 turn. So the amount of damage that you can do actually caps at 200,000, which means you're able to do a 6 million AoE, which is larger than Legend Enel, by the way, of course. And then you're actually able to do 3 million additional damage per unit. So that means the total amount of damage that you could do possibly is 6 million AoE, and then you're able to do 3 million for each unit, giving you a max damage of 18 million damage per for your entire team on a special. So over the last 6 months, even with the recent addition of Bond Battle, I have not found a way of seeing anyone get all 6 hits in after using a Katakuri special on a stage. Not seen it once. I would love to see it still. But currently, there is no stage in the entire game that I can find that allows you to showcase that. The only thing I can think of is if there's a stage with one barrier, a one-hit barrier, not like a perfect barrier or anything like that, just a one-hit barrier on every single unit on the stage, that I can just use the 6 million damage special on to then cap the damage and then test out how much I can get for the additional damage. But then I also have to take enough damage with the entire stage for that to happen. That's also difficult to do because the team will do too much damage. So I have not found the stage where I can test the amount of damage, because usually what will happen is the 6 million damage that you have will just kill everything on the field. So I haven't been able to see it yet. Hopefully we'll see it soon. All right, so let's go over his potential abilities, and we'll also go over his support ability too for what's happening on the new support system. So first off, he's going to have slot bind, self-reduction, and rage, as well as anti-healing. And all 3 of his limit break abilities are actually top tier, except for slot bind, unfortunately. Slot bind is only at 7 turns, and rage goes up to 350 attack, which is very, very strong. And potential ability will be for anti-healing is now at 10 turns reduction. So anytime you get anti-heal on your characters, you get 10 turns of that reduced. Last thing about Katakuri and his special ability is self-inflicted damage does not trigger Katakuri special. However, there are ways of triggering Katakuri special that are very unique, and one of those ways, which will happen with version 2 Big Mom when she does release on the Japanese version, as well as the global version, is if you use a captain swap, which is to get rid of the amount of colors on the team, that will trigger a massive HP loss, which would then allow Katakuri to get the damage taken. The reason that works is that is more like a despair versus actual damage taken or self-inflicted damage, because essentially what happens is you lose your captain ability, and that's why the amount of HP decreases so much, and you can use Katakuri special. So that will probably never get patched, because essentially they would have to patch Despair for Blackbeard, for Raid Blackbeard, for that to be a thing, for self-inflicted damage. So I don't think that's ever going to get patched. That's actually just a very smart way of using internal game mechanics. So that will be effective for a very, very long time. So just know that self-inflicted damage does not work for Katakuri, but this, by losing a captain ability and losing a large amount of HP, that will work. So guys, I just wanted to change up the format of the tier list a little bit, because I know that it gets a little bit boring looking at the same screen for a long time. So I wanted to put in some of the early runs that we did here with Katakuri, and some of the instant stuff that we were trying to figure out on the older sets of content. And I wanted to show you guys exactly how he fared against older content, so you get an idea of how strong he is versus the original game content that we did need to clear stuff. So essentially what it boils down to was that he was able to clear a lot of the content with no specials, or with just one special if he just wanted to, just to see how much damage you wanted to do. With the Sabo stage, of course, we had Big Mom. With the Kuma stage, we have Cavendish, and then for Fuji we have some other units that we can just play around with to get rid of the stuff. So the really funny thing about doing it on the Fuji stage was that we were able to clear everything on the stage, of course, with one captain ability, because that is just how strong Katakuri is. So I just thought that was a really funny thing to showcase, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Alrighty, boys and girls, we're going to try the brand new Kappa. We're going to be doing the run versus Smoothie Colosseum with a version 2 Katakuri team, and I believe this is a Colosseum that was actually built around these 2 Katakuri, allowing you to have a really easy time with the Colosseum. Now, one of the things about this Colosseum that is really interesting is that you really want to take a ton of damage early on, which is like new as a mechanic goes. You don't really take damage a ton in content. Like the whole point is to like not take damage. So I was very surprised when I saw this content. I was like, oh, you gotta take damage. That's weird, but okay. And the despairs don't really affect you because they're only 3-turn despairs, but you end up getting hit by these ladies in the front every turn, and they hit for about 3,200 each. On this particular team, what I have, which is really interesting, is I went with for this team I have a different socket build. I actually have no damage reduction sockets on Katakuri, and I actually went with a full recovery up build, which is really interesting because usually I go with DR meta and I go with a slot rate for like level 1 slot rate, and that is usually the case, but typically for Katakuri teams, which is really weird for version 2 Katakuri, damage reduction is actually negative to his captain, which is really weird. So I ended up going with this route because if you do extra meat orbs on this, you actually get major healing. So the extra 25 sockets that I'm putting in recovery allowed me to get some extra healing on the stage, which is very surprising amounts of healing. So if I go ahead and go bam, bam, you see I full healed up to full, and actually I'm able to take some extra damage here and not have to worry about it. And that's the one thing I wanted to showcase about this legend, is that it has some really interesting potential when it comes to being able to take tons of damage and to be able to reset all the damage you take, which I really like about this character. And it allows you to just play around the stages, get the extra healing in that you want, and not have to worry about as much of the stage. So we're just going to take a couple more hits here and then go toward the final bosses and talk about them a little bit. Okay, let's go ahead and tap on Katakuri and kill them already. So boom. And I don't think I'm going to take any other hits here, so we can just go ahead and leave this stage. Bam. So I heal for 42,000, which is way over heal just for fun. But you can see I got a ton of healing on this team, which is very surprising. Now, if on this stage, if you do want to take some hits to heal over, that's totally fine as well. You actually have more than enough time to do so. So now I have a 2-1 turns on these rabbits, allows me to take a little bit of hits here. And then what I'm going to do here is I can't actually eat this meat arm Katakuri without doing some damage to another unit. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit him really quickly, and we're going to take another 2 hits here. And then I think from this point on, we're just going to get that 1 meat orb in, take the next hit in, and we are all done. So you could try to take one more hit here, but it's really tough to take one more hit. With Katakuri, which is really interesting, you can't get these guys below 50%, so without an orb, you could actually do it. But with an orb, you can't get them below 50. So first boss up here, we got Cracker, and Cracker's going to give you an 8-turn Despair, which is kind of annoying. The first time this Colosseum came around, you really wanted to focus on using a couple different units. First was Flampe, and you have the cooldown reduction for her as well. We're going to go ahead, I believe, and use... I think we're supposed to use Strusen on the stage. So we're supposed to use Strusen on the stage, and essentially Strusen will change block and bomb and tandem, all the matching and everything, all the things you want. And what I'm going to end up doing here is just wait 1 turn and then go ahead and pop Strusen. Boom, gives me all recovery orbs, which is really nice, and then completely removes all the other BS there. It gets rid of 5 turns of Bind and Despair, changes block, bomb, and tandem into recovery orbs, and then of course is going to be that 3-turn beneficial orb enable, which is really nice. Also, for the next stage, you have a couple options. You can end up popping your Luffy, you can end up popping something else, whatever you want to do. Honestly, it doesn't matter because you're going to have more than enough damage to get to the next stage anyways. So what I usually end up doing is just going ahead and just hitting all my perfects and not worrying about it at all because you just monster him. On the next stage, if I did have it up, I would go ahead and pop the Flampe. But you can see here, we took an end of turn hit and we actually healed back to full, which is a really cool thing about this unit. And now we're going to have a deal with the silence. And on this turn, we're going to have anti-heal and then we have our beneficial orbital. So on here, we're supposed to be popping this unit here, which is Mont d'Or. And Mont d'Or allows you to get rid of the silence on your entire team, as well as provide color affinity to your team, giving you a much needed damage boost, which is pretty cool. What I'm going to go ahead and do is going to have pop my Gear 4 special as well, because I can't really use him in the next stage and might as well use him right now. And then we're going to go ahead and just do damage to Daifuku, and that's all she wrote. Oop, missed 1, 2. And nice thing about this team is that it has like an overabundance of damage, so you don't have to worry about as much, which is crazy to think that you just have too much damage, so you don't actually have to worry about it. It's extremely safe, as you can see, and you don't really have to worry about the content. 2 things I'm going to use here. First off, I was supposed to use Flampe last stage, but I can use her this stage, which is totally fine. We're going to go ahead and use Flampe, which is going to be giving me a resilience buff, as well as giving me a perfect hit, which allows me to get a damage boost next turn, which gives me a little bit extra damage so I can make sure I can kill Smoothie. Now, Smoothie unfortunately has a a damage boost interrupt, so that's why you have to worry about making sure you don't bring damage boosters into the room. So that's why Katakuri is a very useful unit here. So we're going to go ahead and hit our 3 perfects to go ahead and bring this down. And with Katakuri, you can see the tap timing bonuses being massive, and with color affinity, you're getting a massive boost, so you instantly knock her down, so you don't have to worry about her. When she revives with 2 million HP, she's then going to do a damage hit to you, which does nothing. Knocks out a unit basically. It's like any random unit, I believe. So all your subs are not it's gonna be a random sub, so that's why the specials don't really matter if you keep them. And then we of course get that damage boost now, so we have the damage boost from Flampe, giving us a strength and side damage boost. Then we're gonna go ahead and pop the Katakuri special, which allows us to get a couple extra hits in, and then we're gonna be done. So I'm gonna go ahead with my perfects here, even though I missed, and done. Cool. So that was about 1 point. Even with the attack down, it didn't really matter with the 10 turns of attack down, because the tap timing you get from Katakuri is so massive, you don't have to worry about much at all. So there's a couple factors of Katakuri that are really interesting, and a lot of people really like to talk about how good Katakuri is and how unstoppable he is. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of damage to this stage of all blue units. So the first thing we're going to start with is a neutral unit, which is going to be Haryuin. He's going to hit for, you see, about 55,000. We'll go to a type disadvantage unit, it's 17,000, and finally a type advantage unit hitting for 230,000. And then back to Katakuri doing another 75,000. So you can see on this stage clearly that if you have type advantage, your strengths are heavily increased, but if you have weaknesses, they are heavily hard upon. So that's why our limited rare recruit Hody hit like a little girl. So it's unfortunate, but that's just how he works. All right, guys, so we're going to be doing the version 2 category damage part showcase, and I can't figure out for the life of me how I'm gonna do this with Katakuri Captain. We tried multiple variations and we just kept fucking up by one different thing. So hopefully this is gonna work out. So we're going to be using a Jumanji captain with a version 2 Kata friend captain. I know it's more of a Jumanji showcase at this point then. But the reason we have to do that is because of how the team works out. And I'll explain it during the run. So here we go. We're going to go into the run and talk about each of the units and talk about why they're here and what we did during this run. So first off, before we started the run, we had to socket everyone on this team. Every single character on this team we had to socket. That was arduous. And the socket build I went for this team, I actually specifically did this build. So I was able to get Bind, Despair, Auto Heal, and Recovery Up. And if you didn't know about level 5 Recovery Up, it gives you an extra 1,000 recovery every meat orb, which is a big deal. So we're going to be running this, and we're going to talk about the whole team and how they synergize together. So first off, we tried a bunch of different variations, and the problem that we kept running into was we kept missing one thing. We tried it with a version 2 Gear Force Snake Man support. We tried it with double Kata Captain, with a Cavendish sub. We tried it many different ways, and there kept being one thing wrong. And it was because the Cracker, we couldn't get his chain boost in with the Gear 4 because the way we had to do the specials, it just doesn't work out any way you want to do it. You can't use a Katakuri special specifically. There's a stage that you really need to take damage on, but certain teams, if you want to use them, you can't take damage on for your Katakuri teams because you'll just kill the entire stage. So there was a unit that we were thinking about using for the Katakuri support, which was Flampe support. And Flampe support provided a really cool boost, but it ended up not being able to work out just because of how the team was structured and what we wanted to do. So it is unfortunate, but that's just how it ended working out. So going over the units on the team. First off, this is going to be a full powerhouse team if you didn't notice. And the reason it's going to be a full powerhouse team is because the new Jumanji is a strictly powerhouse captain when you pop his special. And he is only a powerhouse captain. So you have to have all 6 colors in order to get the HP boost, but you have to have all of the something. Can't remember it. Totally blanking. Something. Words. Mouth. All the things. And the stuff. Can't remember. God, I'm just blanking. Oh, you have to have all the units of all colors, and you have to have every unit powerhouse, otherwise you can't get everything done. So for Katakuri, it becomes a little bit of a task to get everything done. So I'm going to go ahead and hit here, and we're going to take some damage early on. You have to have all powerhouse and everything, just going through. We've been going for about 2 hours just trying to do the showcase, and it is a trip. So I want to take damage early on here, and it's really important that I take damage early on here is because I need to be able to heal this back full. And there's very few ways to do that later in the stages. So let's go ahead and heal. And you see my heals on this team are 3,500 meat orbs, which is huge. Friggin' huge meat orbs. All the colors as well is really hard to fit in. We tried different color affinity boosters. We tried using Yonji in, but the problem was it doesn't fit with Katakuri really, which was really taken away from the whole first off motif of the run, which really was not our goal. So we wanted to make sure we had the right units in there as well. Got to make sure that you have the damage in. You have to have all the boosts. So we're also going to have a new boost in this run, which is really interesting. We're actually going to have the new Big Mom boost. Unfortunately, I don't have Big Mom at max HP. You need 100,000 HP to get the maximum Big Mom boost. But I figured if we're doing a Katakuri showcase, it's fine if we don't have the full amount. It should be okay. I mean, it just takes a little bit more damage. We want to take damage early on, as I said. And then we're going to take some of these special negations here. We're going to do that. And we'll just tap this real quick. Get this Nami a little bit lower. And she's going to start doing more damage to me, so it should be fine. Then we're going to take a hit from... Let's go do this. We're going to do that. And then we're going to hit over here. And then Nami do a little bit more. All right. Big hits from Nami. Great. And let's go ahead and start eating some meat orbs, and we'll just start up on Viola or not Viola. What's this lady's name? I can't remember. I can't remember her name. Lola. God, just blanking. All right, that's good. And let's go ahead and go to the next room. So we got 17k heal. Boom. Get it all back. All right. This stage, not super bad. The next stage that's going to be difficult is the Princess Turtle. The only stage we need to take damage for is the Princess Turtle stage. So we just got to make sure we have enough HP from the Princess Turtle stage to do this. That's all we got to worry about. So the Big Mom special is going to provide 400 base attack to our entire crew at max HP. And that's basically whatever HP value we would normally have multiplied by, or sorry, divided by 100. So if we have 40,000 HP, if we divide that by 100, that comes out to 407 attack that I would actually get to my entire crew. And that's base attack, and that's before attack boost, etc. So I think the 2x attack boost and orb boost, they all stack with those types of abilities too. So it's really interesting to see what we're going to see in this Big Mom special. And I wanted to try to get it with a max damage special as best I could. So I'm also going to try to take some damage on this Boa stage here. I just don't want to get her below 50, is from what I remember. She's going to have that percent damage cut. Bam, bam, bam. Alright, cool. Do I have a meat orb? I got a meat orb. I don't know if she's going to swap it. Alright, she swaps the other one's tandem, so we're good there. Go ahead and eat this meat orb, and we'll just go ahead and bam, 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 and then we're going to hit this. Bam. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to the next stage here. This is the stage that's a little tricky. So this is the stage I kind of want to take damage on, but I kind of don't. So I was checking my damage here. I'm at 55,000 damage that I've taken throughout the run, which means I think I should be good to go for what I need the damage thresholds to be. So let's go ahead and try to do as much damage to this prone as possible. Hopefully we can kill her with the orbs. All right, cool. We got her down. Great. All right, it's gonna do a swap here. I could have done that earlier, but you know, it is what it is. You forget things when you farm for a while. Okay, let's do that, and then we'll go to the next room. Bam. Okay. So we took the damage early. We are on. This is the Princess Turtle stage. This is the most difficult stage of the entire run. This part is probably what really holds back a lot of the parts of damage, and that's where I need to take the damage for the Katakuri special. So that you can see we did 11 million damage there. I'm going to go ahead and we're not going to kill the Rebecca. We're going to try to kill everybody. We're just going to kill this one, actually. We're just going to kill her. And we're going to try to stay as high HP as we can. Bam, type advantage here. Bam, and type advantage here. Bam. Okay, we killed 2. Now we got Rebecca doing 0 damage and Koala hitting me. Boom. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and now kill everybody on the stage. And we should be good to go. So next stage is our damage boosting stage. Just double checking. No, I don't need to hit any perfects before going in. I'm good to go. So let's go ahead and go into the next room here. And just hope to God I did this right. Okay, so we are now into the final room. Okay, first off, we're going to get all our orbs swapped, which is a semi-problem. I'm going to do a swap onto my Jumanji. Now, very important here, I gotta do the specials in the right order. So first off, we're gonna be using our Yonji special here. Yonji, or not Yonji, Ichiji is going to delay all enemies, deal 120 times attack to all enemies on the field, and he's going to give a defense down boost. Delay is the important part. The reason delay is important is because the next special we are going to have to pop is we're not gonna pop that one actually. We're gonna be popping the Yonji special, which is delayed conditional. But I want to pop the Big Mom special first, because Big Mom is going to have a very interesting ability. Okay, so if I pop my Big Mom special here, she is going to give the new boost, which is an increased attack to the entire crew for their base attack. So I'm really curious how this plays out. It's the same special for both, so I don't have to worry about the special being different. And we also get a 3.5 times chain lock, which is kind of counter to what we have here. I'm also going to pop our Cracker boost, which we're going to pop our Jumanji boost here. Now Jumanji is going to give us a 2 times orb boost and damage boost to our entire crew, which does stack with the new boost, as you can see here, which is look just like that. Then we're going to use our Yonji special for a conditional boost, and it's not going to provide tap timing because I already have tap timing, I believe, on my Big Mom. I don't know if it will. Does it give tap timing? It gives tap timing. So the other thing didn't work. Whatever, it's fine. It only works on the final stage, it looks like. So then we're going to be popping our Cracker Special, which gives affinity and also gives full board orbs on our team. Then we got to figure out what attack order to do it in, because we have to make sure we're attacking in the correct order here to get everything done. So, looking at everybody on the field, I want to attack with a Psy unit first, just based off of what we do. But I don't know if I have the damage. If I attack with Hina, attack on Hina first, will I have the damage here? I don't know if I will. So I want to attack with Big Mom last, I believe, because I think Big Mom has a last in the chain attack. Let me check. Oh, she doesn't. Okay, so Big Mom does not have a last in the chain, so I can attack in any order I want. So nobody on my team has a last in the order attack, so we're fine there. So what we want to do is we want to... I will hopefully, if I do enough damage, I will start on Katakuri or Jumanji. Katakuri has 2,500 attack right now. Jumanji has 2,700 attack, so obviously I should attack with Katakuri first, just because it's the smarter thing to do. But I don't know if he does enough damage. I'm really hoping he has enough damage here. Look at how many boosts are here, guys. There's the whole row of boosts here. I'm really scared that he doesn't do enough damage. Okay, so we're going to attack with Katakuri, then Ichiji, then Cracker, then Jumanji, then this, and then finally this. I'm really scared I don't have the damage, dude. I'm really scared. I'm hoping I do. Please have the damage to kill Hina. Please. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't fucking miss perfects either. Here we go. Warning! Caution headphone users! 132 million! Oh my god! Bro! Bro! 132 million damage! Oh my god, it was so worth the wait! It was so worth the wait! Oh! I've been waiting 5 months to do this damn showcase. We did 132 million because I waited. Holy fucking shit. What the fuck? It was worth the wait. Oh my god, that was a lot of damage. Woo! Alright guys, well my name's Sekapoko. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys didn't know, I think that's some of the highest damage you can do outside of Kazuna Battle. I don't know if it's the highest hit, but if we're not taking map damage and boosted damage into consideration, this is the highest damage without any kind of internal boost that's specific to a stage, like the core zone, getting boosted because he's free spirit and cerebral on a Fortnite stage, or another stage where you could get boosted because you're red or blue, or treasure mode or Kazuna Battle, any of that. So I think it's the highest damage you can do outside of that. There might be a higher damage value outside of that. I haven't seen it yet, but hope you guys do enjoy the video. Again, super high damage, super cool unit, love him a lot, and definitely one of the top 10 legends in the game for at least 6 months so far. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.